How's it poppin', Blade Operative? This is Jedi Knight Tommy Skywalker 11. My job as a curator is studying the behavior, habitat, and biology of the creatures and aliens of planet Mira. This is a mission briefing of my findings. Miran Pokedex Entry 3, The Lore of Millepods. This species is unusual in that only 3 individual specimens have been identified. These insectoids are massive draconic centipede-like creatures with a long spiny body, 36 legs throughout, large reverse-facing fins, and a head that consists primarily of 6 gigantic sets of jaws with shark-like teeth that never stop growing. Despite being closer to centipedes, their name is a play on millipede. For their habitat, they reside around rocky cliff areas. The only non-tyrant Millepod appears along the northern coast of Kaldros during the mission Unbreakable Sword. The tyrant Hartmut roams the yawning giant chasm in Oblivia, and the tyrant Shuravas appears in Suncatch Ravine in Noxlum during thunderstorms only. We've yet to discover where it is during other times. Consult the Miran weather guide linked below if you're looking for how to encounter Shuravas. They use audio detection aggro, but Shuravas is docile until attacked. Due to their massive uncontested size, they're apex predators and seem to have an indiscriminate diet, eating anything that crosses their path. Additionally, to manage their ever-growing teeth, they gnaw on rocks to break them down. In the process, they ingest many minerals and can fossilize their own prey inside their digestive tract. These creatures are highly aggressive and extremely dangerous tyrants. Do not engage without being well prepared. To that end, we get to their combat information. The Brute Millepod in Unbreakable Sword and Shuravas have the standard flying insectoid resistance spread of a high resistance to physical attacks and weaknesses to ether, thermal, and gravity attacks, with Shuravas having 15% higher resistances in each attribute, as is typical for tyrants to be 5 to 15% above standard varieties. Hartmut has 5% higher across the board, but a unique 100% resistance to beam, and immunity to beam resistance down debuffs, meaning that he is effectively immune to all beam damage, taking only 1 damage per hit from beam attacks with no way around this. Attacks used by this species are Beam Needle, 3-hit ranged beam attack that inflicts virus and stagger. Damage is increased by 50% at low HP, and it has a homing effect. This art can be disabled by breaking the tail appendage. Random Beam, 4-hit area of effect ranged beam with a radius impossible to escape from. Beam Rush, 2-hit ranged beam with a homing effect. Acid Bite, ranged ether that hits in a straight line area of effect and inflicts recovery down. Massive Tornado, area of effect ranged ether with a huge radius and inflicts launch. With all of their attacks being ether or beam, having high resistances or reflection to both of these attributes is advised.
Start running!
There are only 2 color varieties. The Brute Millepod and Shuravas are orange, while Hartmut is brown. Now to detail the tyrant specimens. Shuravas the Enraged. Due to the excessive amount of minerals this tyrant has ingested, its top fin has become filled with stone and is extremely sensitive, making Shuravas become more aggressive the longer it is fought. It has a skill that increases the damage it deals by 10% at low HP, and targeting its sensitive fin causes it to enrage, which increases its stats, increases resistances all by 40, and makes it immune to mobility debuffs such as Topple. Destroying the fin appendage will enrage it further. The previous effects are removed and the new enrage gives it regen every 10 seconds, a small beam attribute proximity spike, makes all of its arts 0 cooldown, meaning a constant spam of attacks, and upgrades all of its arts to have additional effects listed on screen. While Shuravas is especially dangerous when angered, destroying the fin does open up a weak point to defeat it with faster, and the fin is a valuable material drop. The second tyrant is one you'll have seen many times in the distance. Hartmut the Calamity. Analysis of Hartmut's flight path and the chasm suggests that Hartmut is likely responsible for carving out the yawning giant over time from its constant need to manage its gigantic maw. For centuries, slowly chewing apart what may have once been a normal canyon, initially formed by the giant water pipes left by ancient civilizations, until eventually it became the vast bottomless pit we see today. At 30% HP, or if its tail appendage is broken in an attempt to disable the beam needle art, Hartmut gains a similar but weaker enrage as the initial one that Shuravas has, boosting its damage stats and defenses by 35%. Its immunity to beam damage, as discussed earlier, makes it particularly terrifying to those using drones. Normally among the best scale weapons, they become useless against the Calamity. But disc bombs, a Gashra cannon, and gravity super weapons are highly effective. And that concludes the briefing. If you have anything to add about the Millepod species, Shuravas the Enraged, or Hartmut the Calamity, please leave your report in the comments. Also, no, I'm not going through all the insectoid monsters first, it just happened to be that my first 3 research subjects were all insectoid. I'll be having a different type next time, and I don't have any particular order, so let me know which species you want to see covered next. If you'd like to see lore on other species and unique monsters in the numbered Xenoblade trilogy, take a look at the playlist to the left. Also, to whoever left the note in the curator office that you'll try to replenish the supply of pudding cups, do or do not. There is no try. I expect to see them there when I get back from field research tomorrow.